Hello and welcome back to another DeFi window tutorial. In this tutorial, what I'm going to talk about is DeFi Scatter. I mean, it's a much anticipated, the feature in DeFi window, which released in with the 2.7 version. Now it has been updated with the latest functions in 2.8 version. So if you are not familiar with DeFi render scatter, DeFi render scatter is the procedural content generation, or you can call it as a PCG scatter tool. That means you can very quickly generate and scatter a large amount of plants in the scene. So if you are just consider about a scene like this, you can see it's a massive terrain here, lot of mountains. Actually, this scene was downloaded from the DeFi Render YouTube channel. It has a separate video with related to the DeFi scatter. You know why I'm gonna teach about the same thing is in that tutorial. I'm not gonna I feel that it has not talk about every feature, and it's might be difficult to understand about some features in that from that video. So that's why I'm gonna doing a separate video with related to DeFi render scatter. And if you just go to that YouTube video, in that video you will be able to download this scene here. It's with the DeFi render channel, and you can download it. Same as myself, I have downloaded it because in here, as I said earlier, it has a lot of mountains. It has a lot of terrain here. So in this tutorial, so what I'm gonna do is I'll just use DeFi Scatter. Plus, there are bunch of features with related to DeFi Scatter, and I'll very briefly talk about the fundamentals of the scatter and how can utilize this DeFi Scatter into your rendering. So again, now if you just go to the top menu here, you can find the DeFi Scatter tool here. If you just click this one, and it will ask the two different options. The first one is the select material, and the second one will be the select model. So I'll initially go with the select material option. So I'll just click this one, and it will say the select material to create a scatter area. Now I'm going to select a very small area like this. So, and here it will ask the create scatter area. Now I'll create it. Now, if you just move closely here, you will be able to find, very, a pattern. That pattern is actually the DeFi scatter. So that is, if you just move closely, you can see these are the, these blue color rectangles are the, the scatter patterns. Now it has identified the area, and it has omitted the, the road area. That means it only identifies the area which you have selected here. Now, again, once you have selected that one, a new inspector panel will be appear like this. Now it says the scatter 3, and here you have a couple of options. The first one is the edit scattering surface. The second one will be zoom in, and the third one will be the global scatter presets, which will provided by the DeFi render free of charge. And the final one will be the studio. It is linked with the DeFi studio if you're collaborating with other team members. Now we'll talk about it one by one. The first one is the edit scattering surfaces. Now we are in here again in a DeFi scatter. So you can see now it has been selected as a one particular scatter. And just remember, inside this scatter, you will be able to subdivide more and more scatters. So if you just click here, this is the scatter area, this is the scatter area. Now what I'm going to do is I'll just click here, and here you have the option called image divide. So what I'm going to do is I'll click this one. Once you have clicked this one, you can see a new sub area has been identified here. If you just click this one, you can see the sub area 0. So now again, what I'm going to do is I'll just click another one, image divide. That means I'll have sub and sub areas. So what I'm going to do is I'll just go to here. I'll just go here, and I'll just select one nature category. So just remember, if you are like using a DeFi scatter, I mean, if your area is a large area, it's better to go with, the low resolution, the trees. So in here, you will be able to identify this is a low resolution. So what I'm going to do is I'll just use this, the asset here. Now I have clicked this one and I'll cancel this one. Now you can see my scatter has been, populated like this. It has been, the pattern has been, given by the DeFi render. Now we'll check what other options you have. If I just move closely, you can see my pattern. So what I'm going to do is I'll just click this one, and here you have the option called the presets. Usually in presets, what you have to do is in presets, there are, the DeFi has provided, how your pattern distribution should be. For example, if you just click this one, this is a white color. That means your whole area will be covered by the, these assets. But if you just go to another pattern like this or this one, so things will be changed. Now we'll apply this one here. Now let's see what is going to happen here. Now it has been identified a different distribution. Now you can see different colors. If you go through here, you can see different colors here because that is as per this, this map here, that each color represent different kind of, the vegetation or assets. So for example, if you just click this one with area 0, it has been identified the local is cinnamon here. Now I'll just go here and I'll add another plant here. Okay, I'll add this one. Let's see what has happened here. Okay, it should be visible. Okay, distribution. Okay, it's there. And I'll just go to sub area and see that when you are clicking these sub areas, and it will identify, it will highlight the, the sub area related to that, the sub area. So what I'm going to do is I'll just click here. I'll click a different kind of a plant here because it here. Yeah, that will be better because it will be, you can see now my scatter has changed. Now I have in sub area 1 also I'll change the, the I'll change the content also. Yep. So I'll go with the low resolution here, and I'll use a different plant here. Okay, this one I'll download it now because I want to show how the difference will be. So that's why I'm using different kind of plants here because it will show, it will reflect the, the different type of plants inside your scatter. That means as per the, the pattern which which we have used, that is like a fully distributed pattern. It's very random. And there are, plenty of, scatter patterns or templates that, have, a proper way or maybe proper, identification with related to the, the plants. So you can use them, and you are able to download from the, the internet, and you can import that, scatter pattern to here as well. I'll show that in a while. So I'll use this one and I'll close this one. Now we can see, okay, I'm sorry, should be insert area 1, click this one. I'll add the rule resolution one. Now I'll use this now. So now you will be able to see in my pattern. Okay, now I'll remove this one. I'll turn off this one, or maybe I'll remove this one entirely. Okay, now you should be able to see the pattern here. I'll just delete this screen here. I'm in place the distribution in order to see. Okay, now it's been generated. Okay, now you can see couple of trees, but the one which we have selected is a bit uh, you know a very small type of a plant. That's why it's not showing properly. So now this is my scatter. So if you just click this my scatter, you can see, you'll be able to see there are three subsectors, sub areas, sub area 0, sub area 1, and sub area 2. And here in the following, it says usually it's like this. The content will gives us the glimpse of the the detail which you have used in the scatter type, especially in the sub areas. So if you just click this one content, you can see this is my uh, the asset type which I have used. Okay, hope you are clear about it. Now we'll discuss about the the content and the all the other things, is density, cluster, and size in the next video.